I wanted to pass on a message to you guys because it's just sometimes my brain's just going, or sometimes I hear someone say something that just doesn't make sense to me, but people believe it. Like the fact that, like, when you're in a relationship and the man or the wife, the husband or the wife, either or, they said, your happiness, I'm not responsible for your happiness, and that is very true. They are not responsible for your happiness. But the reality is, if somebody's not happy and they say, hey, I'm not happy, like I'm just miserable, and then the person wants to come up with, well, I'm not responsible for your happiness. Here's the thing, they're not responsible for your happiness, but they have a lot to do with your happiness. So if you're in a relationship, and I'm going to tell you because I've been there before, if you're in a relationship and when you guys first got together, you were just like this happy person, full of life, full of adventure, full of things, and then this person came into your life to add to your happiness. That's amazing. But then when you've been with this person for so long and they start treating you like shit, or you feel good about yourself and you want to do your hair and you want to do your makeup and you're like, man, I look good today, like I want to go out today, and they're just like, I used to get these looks. I used to get these looks from my husband when we weren't when we were mad at each other, or we weren't even mad. It's just like they want to suck the happiness out of you, and they don't want you to feel confident, because for some reason that takes away from them. So if you're in a situation where you're constantly having to watch her back, or you're constantly being tore down, or you get ready and the person's always got something to say, if the person's always negative, the person's always just have a negative comment, like that's gonna play a big role in how your life is. um I've been in a situation before where, like, yes, I'm a happy person. Yes, I'm a cool person. Yes, I'm an adventurous person. Yes, I love to do things. But when you're in a situation where you come home and it's awkward as fuck, like, you can't just come home and act like you're the happiest person on earth because you have the enemy living at home. You know what I'm saying? So it after so many years of that, because I'm gonna tell you personally, the first year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, you're still like, I'm not gonna let nobody ruin my sunshine. But after doing it for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, like, eventually you get in this bubble, and you put your guard up, and you come home and this person's home, and then you kind of withdraw yourself, because you don't no longer have a friend at home. You no longer have someone that you can come home to and be yourself. You no longer have that person that's going to tell you everything's going to be all right, like, sorry you had a bad day at work. Oh, don't worry if you gain a pound or two, you're still beautiful to me. Like, those are the kind of people that you want in your life. Those are the kind of partners that you want to be with, because your partner should love you. Your partner should be your number one cheerleader, whether it's your husband or the wife. You guys should support each other. You guys should love each other. You guys should encourage each other. So when you get to a situation where you no longer have that, and you're living with the enemy at home, it's awkward as fuck. Like, it's really awkward. You don't want to come home. And when you come home, if that person's sitting in the living room, you go to your room, because why are you going to go sit there with them? Or, if they're in the room or they're in the bathroom, like, it's awkward. So, yes, your partner is not responsible for your happiness, but they have a lot to do with your self esteem, the way you feel, and the way that your life is going. So, if your life is miserable, if you are no longer yourself, get out of that situation, because they no longer give a shit about you. So, keep your chin up, keep your head up, remove yourself from that situation, because it's toxic and it doesn't get any better. I hope that helps, guys. Love you.